Hi, I'm Olajide Paris for MakeCinematicMusic.com, and today we're going to be checking out Metropolis Ark 5 by Orchestral Tools. Before we get started, please do grab my free Composer's Gear Guide, which you can get in the link in the description below. So Metropolis Ark 5 is the fifth library in the series, the fifth and final library in the series of Metropolis Ark libraries, which is more or less centered towards epic music, and in this case trailer music. Let's just jump right in because there's a whole lot of content to check out, starting with the high strings short master, which sounds like this. Playable runs plus legato, so really great. Playable legato patch for when you need to do runs, and another version of that without the quick legato. Low strings, let's clear this out. So starting with the shorts master. Got lots of bite there, and the playable runs. And sans legato. I like that, it's a little bit looser. Now let's check out the high strings large. You can see there's lots of articulations here. So this is a large high string section of violins and violas. Here's the sustains pad. I need to transpose. And the sustained swell. I can see a lot of use cases for that. Your stabs long. Kind of like a very long marcato, which is useful to have. Stab short cluster. Yeah, so perfect for like aleatoric kind of writing. Rips up, which are apparently diatonic. And down. Same deal, playable runs plus legato. We already heard these. Oh, these are different than the ones I played before. And the playable runs. Chords major. Oh, that's super useful. So different inversions and different arrangements of chordal patterns, which is really nice to have. And here's the minor versions. Very cool. Chords open. I'm assuming this is just fifths. Yeah. And glissando effects. Yeah, basically risers. Those will always be useful. Shepherd tones. These are infinitely looping, so they have the appearance of constantly rising, which is a really kind of cool and unusual effect. So I could hold this note pretty much forever and it would appear to continue to rise, which is super cool. Very Dunkirk-esque. Now let's check out So that was high strings, large. Low strings and large winds. Let's try that. Sustain and legato. Sustains. And sustain pads. Sustain swells long. And the short variant. Stabs long. Oh, those are really great in the lows. And short. Oh, I can already hear a lot of use cases for that too. Rips up. Very nice. And nice crisp endings too, which is very cool. Rips down. Playable runs and legato, excuse me. I like how you get the articulation if you play short, and you get it slurred if you play legato. It's kind of like having two patches in one, and then here's the playable runs without the legato. A little choppier, different sound. Crescendo's long. Let me transpose that so it's closer to me. Crescendo's medium. And crescendo short. Glissando effects. Yeah, basically risers again. That was a nice long one. And shepherd tones. Go on forever and forever and forever, constantly rising up, building and building the tension until you're ready to go on to the end of the scene. I'm not going to test that because that really will go on forever. They did a great job in orchestrating and recording those. Now we'll have a listen to strings, orchestra, large with winds. Actually, I think this is the same thing we just played, but with the high and low strings and winds together. Sustain pad. Let's do a big wide chord here, something like this. Sustain swell. I forgot that I transposed my keyboard, so I'm still mostly in the low end. I love those stabs long. You don't get those really bitey, kind of long Bernard Herrmann-esque marcatos in a lot of libraries, so it's really great to have something like that here. And the shorts. So yeah, I think this is pretty much the same as what we just played, but orchestrated into a single patch with the lows and the highs. Next, we have a string quartet, which is a very cool thing to see. Here is the shorts master. Playable runs and legato. Let's transpose into a higher range. So if you want a little bit more small in your writing, then you've got access to this. Yeah, I don't get on well as much with the playable runs patch. I prefer the playable runs and legato. Okay, moving on to high woodwind. So marcato fanfare. Staccato fanfare. Rips up. And rips down. Glissando up. Love that. And glissandi down. Playable runs with legato. Very convincing. I'm going to skip the playable runs because you know what that sounds like by now. Crescendo long. Oh, cool. So we have crescendos in 3 different lengths. Here's the mediums. And the shorts. And the chordal pattern. So here's the majors. And minors. And finally open. Really great stuff, and it's really cool to see them incorporating patterns now into the SINE player. Here's the low woodwinds. Let's drag those out here. Give that a second to load. And legatos with sustain. Ooh. Sustains. Stabs long. Oh, those are great. Stab short cluster. Marcato fanfare. Staccato fanfare. Rips up. Rips down. Glissando up. Down. Playable runs and legato. And again, I just love how you can switch between and even at a slower medium tempo, it still preserves that legato, which is really great. Crescendo long. And medium, crescendo short, very cool. So that is the low woodwinds. Moving on to, so the woodwind ensemble then is going to be the same thing, but with both of those mixed together, so I'm not going to go over that. Now brass. Okay, we have quite a lot to look through here. Trumpet ensemble A4. Trumpet ensemble A4. So this is obviously 4 trumpets together. Marcato fanfare. Wow. And staccato. How many round robin here? 3, okay. Rips up. And rips down. Rips glissando up. And down. Playable runs. Very nice. Next, flugelhorn ensemble A4. Now this is exciting because the flugelhorn is very underrepresented. The flugelhorn is very underrepresented in sample libraries. So here we have 2 dynamic layers, piano and forte. Nice mellow sound as you'd expect from flugelhorn, and sustains. And sustains pad. And swell. Unresolved tritone. Next we have the low brass patch. Low brass. Starting with the Marcato fanfare. Nice and beefy that. Again, 3 round robins, 2 dynamic layers, mezzo forte and forte. Staccato fanfare. I can get into that. Really great sound there. Rips up and down. Let's check out these playable runs with legato. Again, I love how they got that balance of the articulation. Like those marcatos. I'm such a crap keyboard player that I can't really do a respectable run, but if you've got the patience and or the keyboard chops, you can definitely do that with these. Here are the crescendos long. very majestic sound, and the crescendo's medium. And crescendo short. Ooh, and the shepherd tones for the brass. I was not actually expecting that. Yeah, and it's mostly trombones, of course, because they have the slide mechanism, but I could hear some tubas in there too. Very cool. Okay, next is the low brass mellow. They really managed to pack in a lot of content here, a lot of variations of instrumentation. It's very impressive. And sustains. So how does this work? So this is just one layer. It's just forte. I'm not exactly sure how they achieved the mellow aspect of this. I guess it was through instrumentation, but it definitely is a mellow sound. Here's the sustains pad. And the sustained swell. Now, brass ensemble and brass ensemble mellow are just going to be kind of master patch versions of the I think the trumpet ensemble, and so brass ensemble is going to be all of these together, and then the ensemble mellow, I think, is just whatever they did to achieve this mellow sound they've done as well for that. So I won't go through those. Let's dive into the choirs though. So this is female choir. And so what they do with this is they don't show that they have a round robin, but they do. Under the hood, there is a round robin, and what happens is at every key press, you're getting a different syllable. So you don't need a word builder, which is really useful. You can get the impression of words without actually having to type in or manipulate key switches. So you can just focus on the melody or the harmony. And sustains pad. That's really nice. Sustain swell long. And short. Rips up, which is very nice to have in a choir. And down. Crescendo long. Crescendo medium. Crescendo short. Glissando effects. And shepherd tones for the singers. I'm super surprised to see this. Let's hear what that sounds like. Goes on and on and on. Again, something you're not going to find in any library. I think even the 8DIO library does not have any choir shepherd tones. I'm, of course, talking about the shepherd tones library by 8DIO. Male choir, sustains and legato. Sustains. And sustain pads. And sustain swell long. And short. Lovely sound they've got there. Rips up. And down. Crescendo long. Let's think of a nice chord for this. I don't know. And crescendo medium. I think I went out of range there. Crescendo short. Let's do something completely different here. Very haunting sound. Those are the glissando effects, and then finally the shepherd tones. Okay, and then again, the mixed choir is just going to be a mixed version of these two groups together, so we don't need to play through that. It's just like having the entire choir mapped across the whole keyboard, which is super convenient. Now we have the blend. So these are different configurations of instrumentation together. Flutes and violins, which is a very common pairing, especially for melody. So here's sustains and legato. Okay, and how many dynamic layers? Okay, 2. And sustains. Okay, yeah, the low C is the lowest there. Sustain soft. That's very fluty sounding. Definitely more than the others. Try that with some mod wheel. And if we do the niente, maybe that makes it even more subtle. Yeah, but the flute is still stronger on the attack. Marcato. Yeah, they're much more balanced in that articulation and probably staccato as well, which is very common for like a 2T to have something like. The flutes and the violins together like that. Horns, woodwinds, and violas. Here are the sustains and legato. That is a really cool timbre. And here, obviously, the horns and the woodwinds overpower the violas, but they still blend very nicely together. Sustains pad. Let's try a nice big D minor chord here. And sustains swell. Marcato fanfare. That's definitely marcato and not staccato. Here's the staccato. Oops. And playable runs. I'm curious how this will sound. Yeah, again, just really great with what they've achieved with that. And chords major. Chords minor. And finally chords open. Now let's move on to the last section of Metropolis Ark 5, which is the analog synth. So this is arguably one of the most unique bits of content or collections of content from the library, where they put a bunch of analog synths in the scoring stage and played them together. So here's sustain and legato. Rips. What does synth rips sound like? Like that. Sustains. Okay, wow. Big power chord. Crescendo long. Let's try that out. Sustains pad. This very much reminds me of like something Bernard Herrmann you would have used for The Day the Earth Stood Still. I wonder if that was part of the inspiration. This kind of 50s sci-fi scores. That's crescendo medium, sustain swell. Crescendo short. That's a cool patch, actually. And I'm sure you could manage to get something like that using soft synths, but having it just kind of pre-baked is really cool. Okay, so here's the shorts master, which I guess is kind of like a bunch of plucked sounds together. And it sounds like they've programmed the filters to open up as you press higher. Wow, okay, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8 velocity layers. Okay. And how many round robin? 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Very cool. Okay. Crescendo long overdrive. I love how the sound evolves over time. Stabs long. And crescendo medium overdrive. And I love that little distortion kind of harmonic sound at the end, which I guess is what they mean by overdrive. Stab short cluster. Kind of cheesy, but I think that could work in the right context. Crescendo short overdrive. And stab short. Shepherd tones. What do synth shepherd tones sound like? Like this. Yeah, I could see that working in the right score. And here's rips up. Almost sounds like brass. That's kind of cool. All right, so that's my little overview of Metropolis Ark 5 by Orchestral Tools. I hope you enjoyed that. There's a ton of content there. All in all, I think it's a great library. They did a really great job at capping off the end of the series, and I think that if you have the rest of the libraries, you're definitely going to want this one too. Now, before I let you go, I do want to remind you to get my free Composer's Gear Guide in the link in the description below, and you'll also find the link to this library as well. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.